As a Russian who reviews Russian propaganda, I've already reacted to a couple of these videos in which foreigners essentially advertise Russia and say how great it is to live in. However, this might just be the next level of insanity.
You see I have the Z tattooed on my chin. I got that tattooed the second day of the special operation because I was so happy about it, but...
okay, I mean, Look, I guess he just loves Russia and his love is manifesting itself in a weird way. I'm pretty sure he likes Russia for the culture and for the history, right? He gotta have good reasons to like Russia.
I walked around the center of Moscow for 1 hour. I said, wow. I don't see any gays and liberals on the streets. I see men and women couples. I don't see transvestites. I don't see homeless people. This place is heaven on earth. I'm moving here forever.
Okay, I see now. Well, what can I say? For a lot of us, this is not unexpected in any way. However, I do find it interesting that a guy who wears rings with the Iron Cross and the Confederate flag on it, and who also has a flag saying the South will rise again hanging in his barber shop, would be in support of Russia and would be willing to participate in Russian propaganda videos promoting Russia. I just do find that really interesting, you know? What's up everybody, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian, and in today's video guys, we are going to be reacting to the most insane American conservative ever promoting Russia. Now if you've watched my videos before, you know that this is nothing new. Russia has actually been running a very big propaganda campaign on YouTube, in which they make countless videos of foreigners telling the people of the world that Russia is actually the greatest country to live in and that all of you Westerners need to move to Russia. And recently I stumbled across this new channel right here called Russian Codes, and in particular this video right here, Wild Conservative, American Barber on moving to Russia, sanctions and LGBTQ on the streets. And guys, let's be honest, just taking one look at the guy and his wonderful Z tattoo right on his chin, right here. And by the clips that I've shown in the stars, you already know that this was gonna be amazing.
Well, my first impressions was everything I hate about America isn't here. I'm in a safe country here. I'm way safer here than I would be in America. Gay people didn't bother me until they were in front of me and pushing their agenda. I don't want gay parades. I don't want to see two men kissing on the street. If you want to see what America's gonna be like, just look at South Africa. There is no future in the West. Pack your bags, figure out a way, figure out your trades, and move to Russia.
Yeah guys, truth. Did he lie though? Did he lie though? Yes, he's already said a lot of great things which, you know, give us a perspective of what this individual might be like. It's great to know that these are the kinds of Americans that are moving to Russia. Bro, what the fuck? What kind of ideology mix is this? Putin, Stalin, Robert E. Lee, of course. This guy's aesthetic is absolutely amazing, you know, just nobody does it like him. Okay.
Teddy Boy Greg, barber, business owner, Russian patriot, former American.
Like, what is this? Like, really, what is this? This is one of the best anti-drug PSAs that I've ever seen. We need to show this to children in schools.
I grew up in New Jersey, outside Philadelphia. I'm from Collingswood, New Jersey. I lived my first 20 years there. Then I moved to Los Angeles when I was almost 20. So I went to barber.
I mean, guys, what can I say? That cross right there, that is a little sus. That's all I'm gonna say. That is a little sus. I just wonder why he would wear that, you know? It's no way that he likes a certain painter from Austria a lot. There's no certain way he likes that guy. This isn't giving me any red flags at all.
What do you call your style?
I'm a Teddy Boy and I'm the most true and rockabilly motherfucker you're gonna find in the United States. Everybody else is a bunch of posers compared to me.
Why Russia? Okay, let's see.
You can't say nothing in America anymore unless you're liberal. Or I'd say if you're a degenerate or something like that. And I was just really sick of that in business, having to watch everything I said because somebody was offended by something. Pretty much if you're not a militant degenerate...
That's not a word. That's not a word. Militant is not a word. You mean militant. You can't say anything in America anymore unless you're a liberal or a degenerate. Look, if you use the word degenerate as an adult unironically to describe people, I'm just saying there's a huge chance you're a Nazi.
Pretty much if you're not a militant degenerate liberal left in America, you're a Nazi nowadays or a white supremacist, which isn't the case. This is all of the West.
Oh my god. Look, there's so much to unpack here. First of all, how do I say this? You are a Nazi. I mean, among all of the Z stuff, right, he has, I want you guys to check out this certain patch he has on his jacket right here saying 1423. The number combination 1423 is a numeric symbol associated with the Southern Brotherhood, the largest white supremacist prison gang in Alabama. The 14 is a reference to the white supremacist 14-word slogan, "We must secure the existence of our people in the future for white children," while the 23 refers to the 23 precepts, a list of rules that Southern Brotherhood members must follow, such as do not make a debt you cannot pay, and no huff and lacquer. So, I mean, I find it funny that he has the nerve to say, if you say something wrong, then you must be a Nazi and a white supremacist. You just cannot say anything in America anymore. Dude, like, you literally are a white supremacist and a Nazi. Like, this could not be more comedic. Which, by the way, shows you that a lot of the people who say shit like this online are basically kind of like him and hold the same views.
At least in America, you can't get prosecuted for what you say, but you'll still lose your job. In some countries over there, if you say certain things, you can go to prison for it.
I mean, anybody wants to, like, does anybody want to tell him? Because he's currently, like, hidden in Moscow, Russia, as this video suggests. So, does anybody want to tell, Teddy Boy Greg that, you know, Russia is also one of those countries where you go to jail for, saying something? But yeah, sure, the freest country out there, freer than America and Europe.
So in 2014, I came here, February 2014.
Okay.
In February 2014, I arrived at Sheremetyevo Airport, took a cab to the center of Moscow. I walked around the center of Moscow for 1 hour. I said, wow, I don't see any gays and liberals on the streets. I see men and women couples. I don't see transvestites. I don't see homeless people. This place is heaven on earth. I'm moving here forever.
Look, as a Russian, I really don't even... I have no comments. Jesse, what in the hell are you talking about? I've already said before that Moscow is not a good representation of Russia. It's essentially way more developed than a lot of Russia. It's Russia's best looking city, and the center of Moscow is not a good representation of what the rest of Russia is. But also, he saw no gay people on the streets of Moscow and no liberals? What does a liberal look like? You know, pink hair and feminist glasses, right? Probably. That's probably what he's saying. No, not at all. Everybody looks like vanilla as fuck. Nobody has colored hair. No Russians out there hold liberal views or are feminists or are, you know, are representing the ideology of the woke degenerate West that you hate so much and that you ran away from to Russia. No, all Russians are definitely base conservative, you know, and hate minorities just like you do. Oh my fucking lord.
My shop's old rock and roll, shows the old good side of when America used to be a good place, and also political stuff. Everything I like. I got the Confederate flags, the symbol of me, America's history, rock and roll, also symbol of rock and roll music, South, freedom. You couldn't have that Robert E. Lee in America. Or, like I said, no freedom that you wouldn't have in America because somebody would be crying saying it's racist or something. What about 15, 20 years ago? Why weren't you talking about it then?
I mean, I do think that having a Confederate flag saying the South will rise again and a cutout of Robert E. Lee in your barbershop is a little fucking racist. I mean, these are the people who wanted black people to remain slaves. But yes, we already do know you want to bring that back. You want to go back to those good old times of segregation because you're just a jolly old fellow freedom-loving American. Clearly not a Nazi, by the way. I really wonder why this guy likes modern Russia so much.
Yeah, I've had a couple done in Russia. My last, well, you say I have the Z tattooed on my chin. I got that tattooed the second day of the special operation because I was so happy about it. But I got a couple other small ones in Russia, but not many.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I'm sorry, but that is not a sign of a stable person. Like, I'm just sorry. It's not. And I like tattoos. I have some tattoos as well. But Z on the chin, come on. Like, that is just insane. And why was he so happy about this special operation anyway?
I'm not your standard tattooed person. I'm 100% tattooed.
Not like the other boys.
Liberal. I'm very conservative and traditional. You know, a lot of old Soviet people like me. You know, it's actually funny, like the old babushka, dedushka, grandmother and grandfather see me like, oh my God, look at all these tattoos.
I'm surprised to hear that actually, because I don't want this guy anywhere near my babushka. Because if my grandma saw this guy in a dark alleyway, she'd probably get like a heart attack. This is just terrifying, and I'm very scared for the elderly of Russia.
It's probably an old Soviet gulag prisoner, or he's been a Russian prisoner, he's Russian mafia or something. This guy must be crazy. Then they hear me speak, and they're like, wow, we love this guy. He's like a new Stalin here.
Okay, first of all, I don't think Stalin would approve of this particular ring you have right here, my guy. I just don't think he will. This one also right here is getting the yikes from me. Also, I don't know if being called the new Stalin is that much of a flex, honestly.
I got a call saying, no, I heard you do free haircuts for Red Army veterans, and I do for appreciation. I respect what they did. And
so he's a Nazi that gives haircuts to World War II veterans because he likes what they did. Again, what is going on inside this guy's head?
Я сам белорус. Жили в Беларуси, Могилевская область, деревня Трегубово. В Беларуси нас немцы за связь с партизанами всю деревню согнали и отвезли в концентрационный лагерь в Германию. Нас освободили англичане и передали советским военным.
What the fuck is happening? I literally cannot even describe the irony of this situation. What the fuck is this? Like, we have Russia saying that it's fighting against the Nazis in Ukraine. Then we have a guy here talking about his experience with the actual Nazis in World War II. Then we have a guy who's a Nazi sympathizer who moved to Russia because Russia hates minorities and gay people, doing a haircut for a guy who got actually persecuted by the Nazis. So this is Russian propaganda, by the way, guys, and they thought that this is gonna look good. That is very telling, that's what I'm gonna say.
as I said before, I do haircuts for great patriotic war veterans for free. What's his opinion of the special operation?
Это операция не с Украиной, это с Америкой и с Европой.
Thanks, we really needed that input. Very, very original take that I've never heard from anybody. Do you feel safe in Russia? Okay.
I'm in a safe country here. I'm way safer here than I would be in America. You're not safe in America. Gangs of migrants on the streets attacking people, raping women on the streets, robbery, drugs, violence. You don't have any of that here in Russia. I'm safe. I can walk any street in Russia any time, hour of the day, and I'm safe. I don't need a gun here.
Look, he actually has a point to this. Russia may be safer than a lot of Western countries. However, you know, his overall description of gangs of migrants killing and raping people in the streets. Sure, that's happening. Crime and poverty and everything. These are definitely not, you know, institutional problems in America that are caused by the system in America. No, the fault is of the immigrants and all the, everybody that's not white, basically. That's what he's saying. So, I don't subscribe to this point of view personally, but also, in Russia currently, you know, people who are in prison for such terrible acts such as murder and rape and, pedophilia, for example, as well. These people are getting freed right now. They're going to Ukraine. They spend some time on the front line and then they come back and they're completely free. And they now also have PTSD. So what they do is that they go on and kill and rape more people. This is already happening. Yes, safest country in the world. I mean, it is pretty safe still. However, there's a lot of things currently happening that are making this country not as safe as it was just, you know, 2-3 years ago. And I wonder why that happens. Of course.
I try to tell people all the time, you know, in America, I grew up, I knew gay people my whole life in America. Gay people didn't bother me until they were in front of me and pushing their agenda. You know, we got many gays in Russia. As long as they do what they do inside their house, as long as they don't show it on the street, I don't give a shit.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You literally have the thinking of a 60-year-old boomer. And you're literally a little snowflake that is so insecure in his own masculinity and sexual orientation that you think that this, people on the street celebrating who they are or whatever, is gonna turn you and your kids gay. You do realize that you're literally completely fine with, you know, a huge part of the population not having the same human rights as you do. Actually, wait, he's pro-slavery and pro-confederate, so that's actually completely fine to him. Right, how could I forget?
I don't want gay parades. I don't want to see two men kissing on the street. I don't want to see a man dressed like a woman. Nowadays...
Yeah, because your penis might get hard. I get it, dude. It's really hard for you.
In America, a man dresses like a woman and you have to treat him and call him a woman or you'll get fired from your job. Now they're pumping children up with hormones so they can become transgender. It's just ridiculous.
Not happening. Not happening.
It's not going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse. It's all over the West. It's going to keep getting worse. If you want to see what America's going to be like, just look at South Africa. It's going to be like South Africa within 15 more years, and I've been saying that.
South Africa had apartheid, though. Isn't that your model society? So what is the point being made here? I don't really understand, honestly.
So I would encourage any Americans to pack your bags, figure out a way, get your assets together, figure out your trades, and move to Russia. because this is where your future lies. There is no future in the West. I can tell you that.
Well guys, what can I say? You've heard his advice. Now it's up to you guys to decide whether you would like to take advice from a person who looks like this. You know, that's up to you, but I personally would rather not.
I've been walking, then there's no way out. Live my life like this, bitch, I'd rather not.
And obviously the comment section for the video is also full of, you know, great people. I was visiting New York a few weeks ago from Sweden and was riding in an elevator with a group of 30-somethings, and the guy was full on having a mental breakdown because someone misgendered him. That example truly defines what's happening in the States right now. Most compassionate, most empathetic, most respecting of other human beings and their feelings, conservative. That's all I have to say here. You are an egotistical man-baby who has no compassion for fellow human beings. Fuck you. As an old American veteran, I can only agree with you. This is no longer the nation for which I would fight. These people are text chattel, unworthy of real men offering their lives in defense of their degeneracy. You're literally cannon fodder for an imperialistic regime that's making billions of weapon sales. There's nothing heroic about your life, and quite frankly, you deserve it. Hope only the best for you and for Russia. The West is infected and dying. OMG, as a Russian, I'm 100% agreed with this guy. Even about LGBT, ABCDFG plus sinofs of X. So funny guys, conservatives are hilarious. He's gonna make a joke about the attack helicopter very soon, isn't he? So in the end guys, what do I have to say? Once again, I do really find it interesting that a person who wears rings with the Confederate flag on it and the Iron Cross, I do find it really interesting that he would be such a huge fan of Russia. It's not like Russia has been sort of moving in that direction. It is just so weird guys that a person like this would feel like his ideas and worldviews coincide with the ideas and the worldviews of the current Russian government. I guess when it comes to Americans moving to Russia, unfortunately America is not sending their best. I do find it appalling and absolutely disgusting that essentially this is what my country is turning into and that these are the people that my country wants. It is sad, but one less idiot in the West, I guess. We have to look for the positives. Anyways guys, I guess that is going to be pretty much it for today's video though. If you guys did enjoy it, then please make sure to slap the like on it. And as always guys, if you do want to support me and this channel, then make sure to go over to the link down in the description and become a YouTube member. It's basically like YouTube's own version of Patreon. It's a monthly donation type thing and it helps me out a lot. Or you can also do a super thanks underneath this video if you want to do a one-time donation. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.